Minneapolis. I didn't hear that. Thank you. I didn't hear it from this side. Come on, people. Wake up, right? All right, we're getting started tonight. This is an MS Views News Compass to MS Care program. Our program tonight is sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb, Genentech, Sandoz, and TG Therapeutics. And we have exhibitors. We have Bristol Myers Squibb, Horizon, Infusion Associates, the MS Center for Multiple Sclerosis, the Minneapolis or the Minnesota Center for Multiple Sclerosis. We have the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. We have Novartis, Sandoz, and TG Therapeutics. And I want to thank all of our sponsors to tonight's program. I hope you all do as well. Thank you. First, I want to get down. I'm going to get off the stage for a minute. I'm going to be speaking with a few different self-help group leaders for the National MS Society. And then they're going to speak for about 90 seconds each about their groups and what it is that they are doing for those and for the MS community by them. So, sir, can you come up here first? This is Jeffrey.
I've been a support group leader for about 10 years, and it's mainly focused on a primary progressive groups, or MS specifically. And with COVID, we had to go virtual, and so I think virtual has actually worked out quite well for us because we actually were having somebody coming in from Portugal, and then now California, a couple of people from California, and I think it's been working out really good for us to meet in the virtual environment because for one thing, getting around sometimes is quite difficult for primary progressive people, and we, as a group, we pretty much just get together and then kind of go over how everybody's month has been going on, and if they have questions, everybody kind of speaks and comes up with their topics and stuff like that. So that's the pretty much gist of what we do. But I still think that the virtual environment was worked out quite well. And going forward, I think it is, because like we just had a guy from California join again and somebody from Boston, so it's amazing what you can do with this meeting together with this setup.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. All right, our next person coming up will be Marcia.
Hello, everybody. My name is Marcia. I'm one of the co-leaders for the Apple Valley MS group. We include Apple Valley along with Burnsville. I have Sue here with me today. I remember the first time I went into this group. Nobody said anything to one another. Not a word. Nobody looked at me. Nobody asked me any questions. Nobody talked to me about multiple sclerosis or anything at all. There was no conversation. And I thought, this is a support group? It didn't seem very supportive. Then later, Sue and I became co-leaders, and we found that we had a very similar experience when we had joined, and we thought this was not going to happen again, not on our watch. Each group starts with an initial check-in. We speak to one another about any problems that anybody's feeling, and that sometimes lasts the entire 2 hours without any diversion to a new topic. We have had topics that we have been putting off for like a year. For example, bladder and bowel problems, that discussion, I want to say we started a year ago, at least a year ago. It never actually came through to a full discussion because we just talk about one another and our experiences the entire time. Our group tends to be older, some people who are in their older years, and then we have the interpreter over here who's closer to 40. She's in our group as well. Sometimes that happens. But for all of us, we have had multiple sclerosis for a long time. We have a shared experience, and we meet the third Thursday of every month at Perkins. It's something that we enjoy because they have the best chocolate pie in the world, like in Twin Cities at least, okay? So I'm just gonna say that at least. This group, I love it. We laugh, we cry sometimes, we genuinely do, but we are just there for one another, and we have a bond that I cannot believe I'm a part of, and it's wonderful.
Thank you very much. Okay, next we have Kelly Maston.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm a support group leader for the group Let's Lunch, a working professionals group. I joined in 2016. I became the leader in 2020. Coming to it was on the advice of my neurologist, because in that first year of diagnosis, I was really struggling and my mind would always run to like worst case scenario. When I got there, I found the group to be so helpful. We have members like Carrie, who's been diagnosed for a couple decades and can just provide such support and feedback and questions. We're a conversational group. We do not have scheduled events or programs. So we get to know each other really well. And I think it's a group of friends at this point. We're all really super excited whenever we pick up a new person and they have all the questions that we had in the beginning. And we try to be as supportive as we can. I think in closing, my group is always thanking me for setting everything up, but I really truly feel like I'm the lucky one because they have been so instrumental in my life, and I thank them.
Thank you. So nice to see an area with so many support group people. I'm from South Florida, and I think we have 3 groups covering 90 miles. I mean, it's just pretty incredible what you've got here. All right, next we have Kurt Klitt. It's a one-hand microphone, all right? Only one set of germs on this thing.
I get it. I totally get it. So I have a support group here in Faribault, Minnesota. I've had it for the last 10 years or so. And it's gone its ups and downs of, newly diagnosed, 20s and 30s, all up and down the board. And right now it's just open to everybody. And being in the rural community of Faribault, it's hard to get people to come out of their shell, that come out and actually come to a support group, but I'm more than happy to be there. I didn't go to a support group ever until I started one, and it's a life-changing experience just going to one. Right now we have a small group, and it's held at the Shattuck St. Mary's campus school in Faribault. It's a very historic castle-like foundation or place, and we hold it in the old infirmary, which is now the inn, and it's very secluded. A lot of handicap spots, stalls. It's all handicap accessible, and it's a great place. We're very private. I know people like to be private. I'm an open book. I'm not afraid, but everything's private, so it's a very safe place to come and speak. So if you guys get a chance, come visit the historical site down in Faribault. Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. All right, next we have Jessica Blossberg. She is actually a sibling of a very special friend of mine who has gone on to create a pediatric MS organization because she had MS as a child. And so she wanted to do something that she could give back to others with MS. So Emily could not be here, but Jessica, his sister, is. And Jessica's going to come on up here and talk with you about Mr. Oscar Monkey, the name of the organization.
Thanks for taking some of what I was going to say in those 30 or 90 seconds. No, it's good. So yes, like Stuart said, my name is Jessica. I am Emily's sister. And Emily was diagnosed when she was 15. She started showing symptoms when she was 14. But the biggest challenge for her, beyond MS of course, was that she could not find anyone close to her age with MS anywhere, let alone geographically close. When she did finally find someone, they were all the way over in Sioux Falls, about 5 hours from where we lived. And she didn't want anyone else to feel as alone as she did with her diagnosis at such a young age. So she decided to start Mr. Oscar Monkey, or Oscar the MS Monkey. And one of our first projects was to send out care packages with little buddies like this. We hand make every one of these. It's just a pair of socks and a bunch of stuffing and a whole bunch of love. But they are MRI-friendly monkeys that send out in care packages to kids and teens with MS. We also have programs like Teen Camp, Family Camp to support the families, of course. Young adult retreat, so when kids age out of our teen program, we still have some support for them, building their confidence and independence and self-advocacy. And you can find out all about us on our Facebook page, as well as MrOscarMonkey.org. So thank you all.
Thank you, Jessica. So again, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Again, I want to thank our sponsors, Bristol Myers Squibb, Genentech, Sandoz, and TG Therapeutics for helping us to make this possible for all of you. And I'm going to say right now, good night to everybody online, and I'm going to thank everybody again for being here. Have a wonderful evening.